Good afternoon, Manitoba. I'm Larry McIntosh, and I'll be your host for the next hour. Normally, our show airs on Saturday mornings from 8 to 9, but we had the honor of being asked to do a special Boxing Day show. Thank you for tuning in to Food and Friends. I want to remind you the Peak of the Market has a Facebook page. Please find us and like us on Facebook. We currently have over 110,000 likes, and we'd love to have you join the group. We update our status regularly with news on our charity events and interesting veggie tidbits. So please find us and like us on Facebook. My guest this morning is Kevin Thompson, president of Bothwell Cheese. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning, Larry. How are you?
Great, you?
Good. It's good to be here.
So you brought some cheese this morning. I'm happy that you brought that in. It's lunchtime. We're ready to go for cheese and crackers. Did you bring crackers?
No crackers today, but yeah, I
No
figured if I brought
crackers.
the cheese, you go easy on me. So
All right. So Bothwell Cheese, it's a kind of almost a household name in Manitoba, but I'm not going to assume everybody's heard of Bothwell Cheese. So tell us a little bit about the company.
Bothwell Cheese has been around for almost 80 years. Started in 1936. It's a really good local brand. It's cheese that's manufactured here in New Bothwell, and we've got 65 employees, and we actually manufacture all of our cheese using 100% fresh milk, which is great. We support the local farmers, and it's a very natural product that we produce, and the brand's been growing over the years. It's an exciting company.
1936 it started.
36, yeah. So we're almost 80 years old.
Coming up to 80 years. So I think if you asked, if you ask Manitobans for a brand of food brands, Bothwell rates very highly in that list. Peak of the Market does too, by the way. Just want to get that in there. But it's nice that people think of it. And it's a small community, but it's been there from the beginning, or?
Yes, yeah. And what I'm finding, actually, Larry, the more time that I'm spending in Winnipeg, the stores that I go into and see all of our products, there's a really good support for Bothwell Cheese here. And it's neat, too, when I meet people and they ask what I do. When I tell them about Bothwell Cheese, everyone lights up about how good the cheese is, and it really makes me feel great about the company. It makes me feel very proud.
Now, you're saying your time in Winnipeg, you just moved to Winnipeg, or you started in Winnipeg?
What I'm doing, actually, is I do live in Nanaimo, British Columbia, and I do come out to Winnipeg every second week. So I've actually got an apartment here on Cordon, so it's great. I travel out every second week for 3 nights I spend, so I can spend some time at the plant, and starting to get to know the local community here, too, which is great.
Now, you're also a part owner, if that's the right word, of a cheese company in Nanaimo?
Yeah, it's a family business that was started 40 years ago by my father in our basement. So my brother and I own equal shares of Paradise Island. And so I've grown up in the family business and then moved to Bothwell. So Len's is the president of Paradise, and I'm president of Bothwell. So it's a good fit for us as brothers from that side.
Now, I'm going to have to assume you must have a strong team here for you not to be here every day. You're coming in every second week. You must have a strong support team in New Bothwell.
Yeah, we have a very strong, our senior management team is great. So one of the things I'm able to do is a lot of Skyping with them, but we've got a great team. It's one of the nice things about being the size that we are, we can really bring in the right people to do that. And it's a great group that I work with. So there's a lot of changes that have been happening with them, but it's great that we keep in touch in the time that I spend when I come in. So.
Totally unrelated to your answer, but I just Skyped for the first time last week. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about it. I finally had to do it. It's quite neat.
Yeah, it really is.
So it's a neat management tool to be able to see people face to face versus just on a conference call.
Absolutely. And I'm on Skype pretty much every day that I'm not out here. So it works really, really well when you can see face to face.
So what do you like about the cheese business?
Well, everybody's got to eat. This is one of the main things. What I like about the cheese business, it's a very healthy product, especially ours for the fact that we do use 100% milk with it. Everyone likes cheese. It's a very popular product. It's something that obviously we can sell in grocery stores, but also food service, so restaurants. So it's a very mass-used product, which is great. And there's a lot of neat varieties to different cheeses too. So it's a really good product.
How many different varieties are there?
We have 25 currently, but we
25?
25, yeah.
That's a lot of cheese.
It is, yeah. But
Can you name them alphabetically?
Nope.
What are some of the more popular flavors?
Our Monterey jalapeno, I would say, would probably be our number one seller that we have. We also have some of our smoked products, our smoked extra old, which is a great product, and our smoked Gouda would be another popular one that we're selling.
And out of the 25, what is your personal favorite?
Monterey jalapeno and extra old would be the two that I eat the most of.
Wow.
Yes.
So I'm a marble, a cheddar cheese, kind of a more, I don't know if that's a basic flavor or not, but that's kind of my thinking. Shelley, my wife, she loves the jalapenos, the one's got red wine in it, I think, right?
Yeah, red wine's a very popular one too that we do. Yes.
So how do you come up with new flavors of cheeses? Is that something through development? How's it work?
We have a marketing department that we use, so we basically come up with different ideas for products that we want to introduce, and then we can run small trials with them, and then test them in-house. And then we've also we do have a store at the factory, so it allows us to try the products there to see what consumers think of them first before we actually launch them. So
Has to be a bit of when you come out with a new flavor, it's obviously an investment. You got the packaging, you got the formulation, the recipe, whatever it might be. You want to make sure it's going to go over before you launch it, I would assume.
Yeah, but one of the nice things about our size is that we're small enough that we can come up with new varieties and test new products, and then basically see what we think of the products before we go to the next step, which would be the packaging and developing everything like that. We like to run trials first to see how the product's perceived.
Has to be a challenge to make sure it tastes the same way every time, though.
Yeah, our product's very consistent. We do a lot of there's a lot of tests and stuff that we do with it as far as the moisture and the milk fat, pH levels and stuff. So there's quite a science to making the cheese that we do. So, and all of our cheese too is made by hand. It's made traditionally, as opposed to cheese that's made on conveyors and stuff. So our cheese is very consistent.
By hand?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's got to be a bit of a lost art. Is there still lots of people doing that?
We're fairly automated with the systems that we do, but there's a lot of personal touch with every batch that we do. So everything's not automated to the point where it'll just automatically go to the next level. There's a lot of testing that's done by our staff before we're ready to move to the next phase of the production side of it. So.
We'll be right back with Kevin Thompson, president of Bothwell Cheese, after we take this break for your 680 CJOB weather update. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Food and Friends. Normally our show airs on Saturday mornings from 8 to 9, but we have the honor of being asked to do a special Boxing Day show. I hope you'll tune in during our regular time on Saturday mornings at 8. No matter what age you are, I think everyone has a favorite Sesame Street character. Peak of the Market's new Sesame Street potato and onion bags feature Elmo, Big Bird, Grover, Oscar, Abby Cadabby, Cookie Monster, Bert, and Ernie. 9 different Sesame Street characters in all. I hope you've had an opportunity to see our bright and colorful potato and onion bags at your favorite store. Along with the characters, you'll still see the Peak of the Market logo, so you're guaranteed it is grown right here in Manitoba. We're very pleased to partner with Sesame Street on the Eat Brighter program. I also want to encourage you to drive by Peak of the Market at 1200 King Edward Street, just north of the airport, if you happen to be in the neighborhood, to see some of the Sesame Street characters on our 150-foot long banner on the outside of our building. It's not very often you see Big Bird 18 feet tall. We're back with Kevin, president of Bothwell Cheese. Kevin, you were talking off air. You have a couple kids, 12 years old. I guess they're a little old for Sesame Street, maybe.
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
But did they watch Sesame Street when they were younger?
They did. Yeah, they certainly did.
And what was their favorite character?
I think Big Bird.
Big Bird's, I gotta love Big Bird, right?
Yep.
And yours?
I don't know.
There is no
Sure.
cheese
No,
monster.
There's
no cheese monster.
A long time ago from Sesame Street, so I'd have to go back on that. Yeah.
You know, it's interesting with Sesame Street, and we love our relationship with them. Their characters are recognized, and they're bright, and they're colorful, as I said. But it's not just about kids. I mean, they're obviously aimed at young kids. But 48% of the people that watch Sesame Street are adults.
Wow.
Mom and dads sitting watching Sesame Street with their kids.
I guess that makes sense.
That does make sense.
Yeah,
When you think about it, I didn't think about it before, but it does make sense of it. Back to Bothwell. So you guys have won a bazillion awards. Tell us about some of them.
Our main award that we've done so well with would be the British Empire Cheese Award. So this year was our we did win for our marble. It was the 8th year that we won out of the last 9 years, which was really exciting. We also won we won gold for our mild cheddar, which was really exciting, and we basically won. We were the highest scoring cheddar for a small plant, which is great. So that was really exciting for Rob, who's he's our operations manager at Bothwell, for him to be there.
So this is as I recall, this is in Belleville, Ontario. Is that where
Yes, it is.
Okay. I used to live in Belleville. That's why I know that. Long time ago. But it's different size companies from all over. Is it Canada or where?
It's all over Canada, but there is some international cheeses that are there too. And what we like about the awards is that it's all cheese makers that are doing all of the judging, which is great too. So you're being judged by your peers, and there's a lot of time that goes into grading our our cheese out before we send the products to the awards, but we don't make cheeses specifically for the awards, which is great. So these are our regular products that we're selling in the grocery stores every day.
So this is judged by, let's say, experts.
Exactly, yeah.
So that's quite an honor.
It's a really big honor.
I also read that you won a Grand Champion Award for a whole bunch of cheeses too, right?
Yes, we did. Yeah, that was another award that we won.
Black truffle, mild cheddar, aged white cheddar, Monterey Jack, smoked jalapeno Jack. I like the jalapenos because we sell jalapenos, and jalapeno Jack cheeses. I just said that, didn't I? There's two different ones. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's got to be kind of neat sitting back and winning all these awards. Not that you sit back and do it, but you talk about it a lot.
We do, and it makes everybody really proud. Everyone takes so much work and everything that they do, and everyone's so proud of the cheeses that we make. So it just goes to show with the staff all their efforts that go in. So it's a win for all of the employees at the plant. It's something that we all really take to heart. So it's great.
You mentioned in the last segment you have a store there in New Bothwell.
Yes, we do. Yeah, we've got a store. We have a lot of people that come by the store. I'm always amazed. My office is above the store. There's just constantly cars coming in and out. A lot of people come by for our fresh cheese that we have at the store, so people can get the cheese within a couple of hours of it coming off what we call the tables where we produce the cheese. So, and yeah, there's a lot of volume that we run through the store. We actually this year too. In January, we are going to be renovating our store, so it's going to have a new look, which is something that we're also doing with our logo is going to stay the same, but the look of our brand is also going to change a little bit too, which is kind of exciting. So that'll be coming out in the new year. Exciting,
but at the same time, it's been around since 1936. You have to have that balance between new and keeping the old.
Absolutely, and we're not going to change any of our formulas or anything that we're doing. We're going to continue to make cheese with 100% fresh milk and support the local farmers. So we really think that there's really been a drive too, which is great for us with more natural products. Consumers are really looking more at what's in the products that they're getting and where the ingredients are coming from, and it's great with Bothwell because 99.7% of what we put into our vat of cheese comes from within 100 miles of the plant, which is great. So like right now we're buying milk from about 30 different farms. So it amazes me when I go and see all of the support and stuff that we get from the farmers and how far out our reach goes to bring in the milk from the local farmers. So it's great.
It's all about a rural economy, but people recognize the name all over the province because I don't know if it's in every store in Manitoba, but it seems like it's everywhere, which has to make you pretty happy.
Yeah, it's great when I walk into stores and see the support that we get.
Do you think that the store that you're running there, is it open during the week, or what are the hours of the store?
Yeah, it's open. I believe it's from 8 till 6 now that we've got the hours open, and also on the weekends, I believe it's open till 4 o'clock on the weekend. So we just started extending the hours a little bit so that we started seeing people coming later in the afternoon where they couldn't get in, so we extended the hours. So.
Now, Shelley and I have never been out there, so we're going to have to come check out the store.
It's worth the drive.
It is worth the drive. Is it just cheese you sell? Not just cheese. Nothing wrong with cheese, but do you sell other products there as well?
Yeah, we sell some other local products that we do that are manufactured in the province here. So
great.
Yeah.
So you've won all these awards. You've been around for 78 years, coming up to 80, as you mentioned. You're traveling between Nanaimo and here. Things are going pretty well.
Things are going great, yeah, and we're really excited about what's coming down the road. So. We do a lot of our sales right now. Probably 75% of them are done in the Western market. So we really are excited about heading more into the East. So that's really what our focus is going to be. Coming up in the new year, we have hired a regional sales manager for Ontario, and we have also hired a marketing manager. So we've basically doubled the size of our sales and marketing team, and we've got our product base now. We're going to continue to expand on that, and then we're gonna look to drive sales and grow our brand.
We'll be right back with Kevin, president of Bothwell Cheese, after we take this break. Welcome back to Food and Friends. I read a poem at the end of the show last Saturday. I've had several listeners email me and ask me to read it again, so here it is. During this special time of year, let's take a moment and count our blessings. If you have food in the refrigerator, clothes on your back, a roof over your head, and a place to sleep, you're richer than 75% of this world. If you have money in the bank, in your wallet, and spare change in a dish, you're among the top 8% of the world's wealthy. If you woke up this morning with more health than illness, you're more blessed than the million who will not survive this week. If you've never experienced the danger of battle, the loneliness of imprisonment, the agony of torture, or the pangs of starvation, you're ahead of 500 million people in the world. If you could read this message, you're more blessed than over 2 billion people in the world who cannot read it all. If you can hold your head up with a smile on your face and are truly thankful, you are blessed, because the majority can, but most do not. We'll be right back with Kevin, president of Bothwell Cheese, after this break. Welcome back to Food and Friends. Normally our show airs Saturday mornings from 8 to 9, but we had the honor of being asked to do a special Boxing Day show. I hope you tune in during our regular time on Saturday mornings at 8. Food and Friends Radio is on TV. Each radio show is filmed and will be posted on MyToba.ca generally the day after it's on. So if you want to see the TV version of this or previous radio shows, please visit MyToba.ca. Thanks to 680 CJOB's Nicole, who produces our show, and Riley, who operates the camera, as well as the teachers of the Broadcasting and Media Arts program at Tech Voc High School. You can also listen to an audio podcast of Food and Friends at SoundCloud.com and at the iTunes Store. So please just do a search for Food and Friends with Larry at MyToba.ca or SoundCloud.com or the iTunes Store, and all the shows will come up for your listening or viewing pleasure. Now, it's very important for me to mention that Food and Friends is only available because of 680 CJOB and its advertisers. So please tune in to 680 CJOB or listen live at cjob.com. We're back with Kevin Thompson, president of Bothwell Cheese. Now, off air during the news and that, our cameraman Riley asked you a question about squeakers. Is that what the name of it? Squeakers?
Yes, it is.
Was cheese that squeak?
Yes.
So he asked you how you make them. So that's a good question. How do you make them?
Question. So squeakers is mainly our regular cheese, but what it is it's really fresh coming off the table. So what we do is we get it off the table and into our store, or we get it out to stores so that people can have it right away. And that's what makes it squeaky when you first eat it.
And that has a huge following. I know lots of people that love that cheese, and it's packaged now. It's in the stores, and it's got a great name to it.
Yeah, and out of our store at the front of the plant there, probably 80% of what we sell is fresh cheese. So a lot of people come in for the fresh product, which is great.
There is a difference.
Yes, there is.
You would notice a difference?
Yep, absolutely.
Well, you would. You're in the cheese business.
I eat a lot of cheese too.
I also read on your website you can do fundraising with your cheese as well.
Yeah, we do. There's ML Signatures we work with, so they offer some fundraising too that people can get online and bring and buy some of the cheeses too. A lot of it's done through schools that we do and other programs like that.
And Peak of the Market with the Home Economists of Manitoba, we do a farm to school veggie fundraiser, which just ended.
Okay, yeah.
December 12th, I think, was the last order date, so it's a couple weeks ago now. So I'm okay plugging your fundraiser now that the Home Economist farm to school fundraiser is done for this year.
Perfect too. We also, as far as fundraising, so Winnipeg Harvest, so we have worked with the dairy farmers in Manitoba and the Manitoba milk haulers, and over the last 5 years, Bothwell Cheese has donated $200,000 worth of cheese a year.
Fantastic.
Through that program, which has worked very well too.
And I know David Northcott over at Winnipeg Harvest speaks very highly of you guys, because certainly you've donated a lot over the years. You're big supporters of it. Have you had a chance to go visit Harvest yet?
Not yet, no. I'm looking forward to it.
You got to go check. Shelley and I were there a couple weeks ago, and it's just an amazing organization. Dedicated people, tons of volunteers, and they help a lot of people less fortunate than ourselves. It's a great organization.
Yeah, that's really good.
So thank you for supporting them.
Excellent. You're welcome. It's great.
So that's got to be on your list of things to do.
Yes.
I realize the New Year's coming up, but I'm going to commit you to going over and checking that place out.
Absolutely.
So other than winning awards and rebranding a little bit of the cheese, what's next for Bothwell?
Really what we're looking at doing is focusing more on our marketing side of it. So what we really want to do is look at is building our brand, is really making people aware of our product. And like I'd said about people being more in tune with more natural product, we really see there being a good opportunity there. So what we're really looking at doing is maybe more sampling in the store, getting more involved in like magazines, advertising, putting our product more on promotion, and really trying we're going to really look at investing in our brand, which is something that we've always, over the last few years, built up our production side. Now we're looking at building up our marketing and branding side. And it's really a great brand, so it's exciting times for doing that.
So when you said last half hour you're looking at going east, because I assume you've got the west covered between the Nanaimo plant and Bothwell.
Yes, we do.
So you're looking going east, isn't that? Got to be some competition down there, I would assume.
There is. The fact that we're OU certified, I think, is also going to help. And when we're looking at getting into stores too, for a lot of the chains, the fact that we're SQF level 3, which is the highest food safety accreditation that you can have. in Canada. I think that also helped us for getting listings and some of our unique flavors. So when we get into the stores, when people see the unique flavors that are different than what's out there already, there's a good opportunity, we feel, to improve our sales.
And there's certainly some unique flavors, and you're kind of known for that. But you also are doing cheeses that are competing with some of the bigger players in Canada that are doing the marble and the cheddar and that. How you find against that type of market?
We think that there's the price shopper, and then we see different people that are looking for more natural and more, we feel, is a higher quality. And for us, the fact that we use 100% fresh milk. A lot of other cheeses are made with modified milk ingredients, which allows other producers to bring in imported ingredients from outside of Canada. And we're really proud for the fact that we don't do that, and we feel that we make a better quality product from that. So we don't see ourselves on the same playing field as a lot of the other cheeses that are in the market.
So if we took a plate right now and had the competitor's cheese, if you want to call it that, they're different markets, I get that, and tried all the same flavors and 4 different kinds, would you notice a difference?
Absolutely, I would notice it.
Because I would, be honest with you, I would. We're big supporters.
Yeah.
We buy it all the time. And like I said, it's available in many of the stores, so that's kind of neat. I was going to say, is there a big Boxing Day sale out there today, but probably not on cheese. It's probably not your primary Boxing Day item, but they should buy it while they're out getting groceries.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yep. It would be great.
You like that?
We like the support, absolutely.
So have you noticed a difference between how the business operates in BC versus Manitoba?
There's been a lot of changes for me. So, really, this was the first time that my brother and I have ever done this by buying another company. And so for me, coming out and being actually in the planting, spending a lot more time with the staff and really getting to know the business has been really exciting for me. So I would say it is a lot different. It's a family business that we had back in Nanaimo. So growing up there, I got to work in every department and do pretty much every job outside of sales. So it's been neat coming in and actually walking through the plant, kind of having different set of eyes too, and getting a lot of input from the staff. We really do try and get the staff involved in anything that we're doing. So it's great working with the people.
That's great. We'll be right back with Kevin Thompson, president of Bothwell Cheese, after we take this break. Welcome back to Food and Friends. Normally our show airs on Saturday mornings from 8 to 9, but we had the honor of being asked to do a special Boxing Day show. Hope you tune in, tomorrow, I guess, on Saturday mornings at 8 to listen to the next show. Peak of the Market has a recipe email subscription service. You can sign up to receive free email recipes on a daily or once a week basis. Just go to peakmarket.com and click on email recipes. The system will simply ask you for your email address, the province you live in, and how often you want to receive recipes. It's that simple, and you can unsubscribe at any time. Now, if you're like me and you worry about signing up for something and getting lots of junk emails, I can guarantee you we do not share any email addresses with anyone ever. So you can only get recipes. That's all it's going to be about. We currently have over 43,000 recipe subscribers that get our free recipes either once a week or every day. We have someone from every province and territory in Canada and every state in the United States, and people in, are you ready for it? 202 countries get our recipes every week. To join a recipe club, please visit peakmarket.com. We're back with Kevin from Bothwell Cheese. Kevin, do you have recipes on your website?
We do, yes, and also on Facebook and Twitter too. We've got some more recipes on there too.
And do all your recipes contain cheese?
Yes. Bothwell cheese.
Bothwell cheese. Yeah. All ours contain vegetables. You can use other vegetables, but they don't turn out as well, I'm thinking, right?
I'll bet.
So we were talking off air about what's happened with the company over the years. Has it expanded quite a bit?
It has actually since 2000, I guess. Well, in the last 5 years, basically the amount of milk that we're pulling through the plant now has increased by a little over 50%, which is exciting. We've also we've built an 8,000 square foot aging facility, so we age out all of our product now on site. There's been a lot of new equipment that's been brought in as far as the manufacturing side too, to increase our production capacity. And now what we're looking at doing is we've invested in some new packaging equipment too. So what's going to help speed up our line as far as being able to keep up with some of the new markets that we're going into.
So you've bought this company and taken it over, and now you're overseeing it. Was there any jobs lost? Was there any centralization of things? Was there anybody in Bothwell, New Bothwell, lose their jobs over this buyout?
Absolutely not. No, we've invested a lot of money into to kind of getting the plant upgraded as far as new floors. We're actually putting new air conditioning in this year, but any of the equipment and upgrades that we're doing has all been based on the increase in volume that we're running through the plant. So we want to make sure that there is no layoffs or anything, that we continue to grow, which we're very excited about. And as far as the two companies go, they are completely separate companies, so they are ran separate. The only thing that kind of links the companies together is the fact that we do have a dedicated truck that's on the road that's constantly driving back and forth between Vancouver Island and Winnipeg. So we have a lot of our product from Bothwell that's being shipped out to the West Coast, which is exciting too. And
Yes.
and everyone loves Bothwell cheese there too. So.
And I think that's a good news story when people hear another company buying it, or in the case of Peak of the Market, we just put some robotics and people automatically think people are going to lose jobs. And that's not necessarily the case. In our case, we're taking those people that used to lift 50-pound bags and putting them in other parts of our business.
Exactly.
You're expanding your business and putting them in other areas.
Yeah, and there's so much pride in ownership. Bothwell Cheese isn't going anywhere, and we're going to continue to grow and give back to the community here too.
So as the president, what's your biggest challenges you find in the business?
I think just getting like when I first came in is just getting everybody's comfort level with me. So what I'm doing is and I'm spending a lot of time in the plant, and I'm really seeing that people are opening up to me, opening up more. What I really realize is that I can't spend my time sitting behind a computer. When I'm here, I need to be on the floor, talking with the employees and stuff. And I'm really finding that people are really opening up more. I talked about Proudest being a family business, and I really truly see Bothwell Cheese as a family business now too. And I've really noticed in the last 6 months that there's a lot more openness, and it feels more of a family business. And I think that people really see that that we are investing in by redoing the floors. And like I said, this year we're going to spend a lot of money on air conditioning for the plant, which is going to be a big ticket item. With things like that, so that and the employees keep everyone comfortable, which is really important to us. So.
Well, anytime a new person or company comes in, people are apprehensive, right? They don't know what's going to happen. So you being out on the floor talking to your coworkers and reinvesting in it will reassure people.
Yeah, and we know without our employees, we really don't have a company. So we do appreciate all of their hard work and dedications.
What's your proudest moment so far?
I would say the British Empire Cheese Awards. I think that again, that winning that, and then every day going in, I really like coming to Winnipeg. It's a great city. I love the employees. I love the plant. It's an amazing company, and I'm really enjoying what I'm doing.
One other thing that I know that you guys, beyond what you see at your retail store, you also do food service, you were saying earlier?
Yes, we do, yeah.
So I think one of the pizza places in town talks about using your cheeses and...
Pizza Hotline.
There you go.
Yeah.
So it's out there.
Yes, they're great customers of ours, yeah, and really good people.
And for again, a food service, some people think that they're going to go with the cheapest because they're all worried about price. And we have Chef Kelly Andreas from the Delta Winnipeg here the other day, and very creative chef and good friend of ours. But it's about the end product too, right? The cheese or whatever raw ingredients, vegetables, whatever raw ingredient goes into it really makes the meal, or in the case of a restaurant or a hotel, right?
Yeah, and what we're finding too, which is really neat, when I go to restaurants that I haven't been to before and I see Bothwell cheese on the menu, it really makes me proud too, and it shows that people really do appreciate the quality and appreciate the fact that it's a local brand. So it's great that we get the support.
The cheeses you brought today, which I assume you're going to leave for us. Right?
Absolutely.
We're not going to let you out the door here.
Nope.
There's a whole bunch of flavors here. So tell us a little bit about these ones.
So the Habanero cracked pepper, that's one of the newer ones that we have. So it's quite a strong cheese. It's quite hot. It's a really, really good cheese for baking. I like to eat it as a table cheese. A lot of people that first try it find it might be a little bit strong. The Munster is a new product that we're making, as well as the Munster jalapeno. It's kind of like a Monterey, but it's a little bit of a softer cheese. Again, our award-winning marble for the eighth out of the 9 last years is a really great product.
You're just upset about the 1 year, right?
Yeah, the 1 year, yeah. We're not sure what happened there. And then the smoked parmesan is a new product that we've got too, which is great for baking and in salads. It's got a really great flavor to it. Red hot chili, which is probably our second or third highest selling product too.
Really?
Another spice cheese that we have, and then horseradish, which is an interesting story because the horseradish is actually put right into the cheese vat. So the first day that the cheesemakers were making that product, they put too much in, and we actually had to evacuate the plant.
Oh.
Everyone's eyes were burning, and the cheesemakers actually wear masks now when they make the cheese. So it's very strong in the plant.
We'll be right back with Kevin, president of Bothwell Cheese, after we take this break. Welcome back to Food and Friends. Please join me for our regular scheduled show, which is tomorrow, Saturday, December 27th, when my guest will be Roz Hulot from Assisipi Ski Resort. If you haven't made plans for New Year's Eve, you can go to Assisipi and catch 2 sets of fireworks, indoor games, and movies for the kids. My guest today has been Kevin Thompson, president of Bothwell Cheese. Well, this has been fun getting to know you, and welcome to Manitoba.
Thanks, Larry. It's great. I'm glad that you had me.
If people are interested in finding out more about the company or the store hours or recipes, what is the website is what I'm trying to say.
BothwellCheese.com. And we're also on Twitter and on Facebook, too.
You're everywhere.
We are everywhere, yeah. We're really trying to get into more social media, which is great.
Well, thank you, Kevin, for being on Food and Friends.
Great. Thank you, Larry. And thank you, Winnipeg, for all your support.
Thanks to Nicole Bonnycamp, our show's producer, and Riley, our camera guy. Happy Boxing Day, everybody. Take care, and please, don't forget to eat your veggies.